Hello! Welcome back to my channel. I'm Jennifer and this is my 21-week pregnancy update. So I'm going to start with me. And this week I'm struggling. I'm really suffering with these headaches and just feeling like a little bit dizzy at times, but the headaches are really bad. They're right across my eyes. It just makes me not want to do anything when I get them. And yeah, they're just making me feel like really rough. They're making me feel like a bit sicky. I did ring the midwife and she said that sort of symptoms like this can be an early sign of preeclampsia, but normally with that you would have like sort of a bit of blurred vision or like flashing with your eyes and swelling, like swelling in your hands, your feet, your face, and I haven't got anything like that. It is just the headache, so they're not concerned at this point, which is good. And it's quite early on, I think, to get preeclampsia, but she did say it might be worth just heading to the GP and just getting a little check out, so I might do that. And yeah, just still suffering with a bit of morning sickness. And like I've said before, I'm not actually being sick. I'm not bringing up food. It's just like a fluid substance, but there's hardly anything that I'm actually bringing up. But it's the fact I'm reaching and I'm still having to like kneel over the toilet. And it hurts. It really hurts. And it makes my eyes water. I just feel like I've got a permanent hangover. It's the only way to describe it. And I thought at this stage I'd be feeling like loads better, and I just feel like I'm going backwards a little bit. Like at this stage when I was pregnant with my son Ralph, I felt great in my second trimester. Like I just felt really good, and I don't really feel like that this time. So I don't know, does that mean this time maybe I'm having a girl? Who knows? But everyone can't believe that we didn't find out at our 20-week scan what the gender is. And they're just like, it's like having a present for 9 months and just not opening it. But yeah, we just can't wait to find out on the day, to find out what we've got. And I think so many people are assuming that because I'm a girl and I've had a boy, that I will now naturally want a girl next. And I would actually love another little boy. I would love a little boy. And you know, I'd equally love a little girl. And as long as the baby is healthy, I really don't mind what it is. So I've really been trying to stay on top of like my water intake and food, just in case that they were the things that were causing my headaches. But for everyone that knows me, knows I don't really drink hot drinks. Well, I never drink coffee, it's like bleh. But while I've been pregnant, I have had the occasional cup of tea, but I drink water all day long anyway, so it's quite easy for me to just keep drinking water like I normally did, obviously just taking on a bit more. And I'm definitely not lacking in food. I'm eating regularly and yeah, love my food, so I don't think they're the things that are causing it. But the only other thing I feel like I'm feeling this week is just a bit sore in my belly. Obviously everything's stretching, but I've noticed it on my like cesarean scar, I guess, where there's scar tissue there and that's stretching, like it just feels a little bit sore sometimes. I just feel like sometimes all I want to do is just like rub my belly. And last of all, I would say that I feel quite emotional this week. And I haven't felt like this since like my first trimester, but I feel like the tears are literally just waiting to come out. And I don't really know why. It's probably just all my hormones, but we're really busy working on the house and trying to get the house finished. If you watch any of my weekly vlogs, you might have seen some of the things that we've done. But yeah, we've been working on a house for about 2 years, and Craig, my partner, he has literally worked every evening and weekend for those 2 years, and we have just, I don't know, he's missed out on so much of time with Ralph, and I've missed out on time with him and family time. Do you know what? I miss him. Oh, I didn't want to cry. And it sounds crazy to miss someone that I live with, but I miss our time. And I think the house is nearly done now. We want to be done by the time the baby comes, and we're finished downstairs, apart from like little things. And we're trying to get the bedrooms done, and we're working on the nursery now. And yeah, I just feel like quite emotional. I think that we're coming to the end of this, and I'm gonna get Craig back. Yeah, it's been a really hard journey. It's been hard living through it. Like, it's going to be totally worth it. And I'm, you know, this house is just more than we could ever have imagined what we've like turned into. But it has been tough, and we're nearly done. Oh, sorry, I didn't want to get upset. I'm such a soppy cow sometimes. So let's move on to some happier things like the baby. Now, up until now, we've been measuring the baby from crown to rump. But now, from this week, we actually start measuring from crown to heel, and the baby is 11.5 inches long, weighs about 11 to 12 ounces, and is about the size of a large carrot. So speaking of carrots, if I actually eat a carrot, there's a good chance my baby is going to taste that as well now. As I said last week, the baby is starting to swallow and is tasting small amounts of like the amniotic fluid. But the taste of that fluid changes depending on what I've eaten that day. So, as you know, a spicy curry, a sweet banana. My baby is actually going to be able to taste a few of those. And the baby does have taste buds right now. And apparently, according to research, what I eat during my pregnancy, because the baby can taste it, they're the type of foods that the baby will actually want to eat once it's born. So maybe if I want my baby to eat all the vegetables, I should start tucking into some broccoli right now. So even though the baby is growing, there is still plenty of room for twisting and turning and the occasional somersault, which is probably why I'm feeling the baby move around so much. But with all that belly dancing going on, it's hard to believe that the baby is actually getting any sleep. But the baby is actually sleeping as much as a newborn baby right now. And I feel like I'm starting to notice like a pattern of when the baby's more active, like especially when I wake up first thing in the morning. That is when I feel like loads of movements. And then sort of again in the afternoon and before I go to bed, like I'm starting to see a pattern of when the baby is going to be awake. So here is my baby bump at 21 weeks. Do you know what? I've had some really lovely comments from people this week, and I've probably really needed them with the way I've been feeling, because I've had people telling me like how well I've looked, although I haven't felt it, and how neat my baby bump is. And I think it's just such a contrast from the first sort of few weeks and months where everyone was telling me how huge I was and joking that whether I was having twins. So I feel like I'm on track, and yeah, I've had some really lovely comments. It's just made me feel really good. So at 21 weeks pregnant, this is when the baby might be starting to leave his or her mark in the form of stretch marks, and they can appear on your belly, your bum, your thighs, your hips, your boobs. I was lucky with my son Ralph that I didn't seem to get any on my belly, but I did get them on my boobs. Not that I'm going to show you them, so fingers crossed I won't get them this time. I'm just going to be like smothering myself in oil and creams. But apparently only 1 in 2 women get them, and you're a likely candidate if your mum got them during her pregnancy. So that's it for my 21 week update. Sorry, I feel like this one has been a little bit of a downer, but it's how I felt this week. So hopefully next week the tears will have gone. But as always, thank you for watching, and I would love for you to subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. But I will see you again at week 22. Bye.